What's up guys? So today we're going to review the 2018 Dodge Durango SRT with the 6.4 liter Hemi 392 engine. Starting off with the front here, looks like we got a Hellcat looking hood. So this is new for the SRT model, is they put this good looking hood on here with the intake and the heat extractors, just like on the Hellcat. By the way, those are all functioning. Makes it look real mean from the front end. They redid the bumper and they added this inlet here in the bumper for the SRT model, and as you can see, the stance is a little bit wider than the standard Durango or even the Durango GT. The SRT is definitely a more aggressive looking SUV in the front. Looks like they added the SRT emblem here, and what I did to make it more unique is I put reflective red SRT emblem overlays over the emblem there. I'll put a link in the description below on where I got those. Basically, they came chrome, and as you know, we don't care for chrome, so I went ahead and plasti dipped the emblem black to get all the chrome off there and basically make it all black first, and then I put the pre-cut SRT emblems over it. And like I said, they're just vinyl and they are reflective though. I don't know if you can tell in the video, but they are a reflective red, so at night if lights shine on it you can see it just like a reflector. So that's just something I did there. Moving on to the side here, for the SRT model they went with 20 by 9.5 inch wide wheels with Pirelli Scorpion all season tires. You see that there. But yeah, these are 295, 45, 20 Pirelli Scorpion all season tires. And for the SRT wheels, there's two different options. I like this option better just because it's less, like the other option is just a standard 5-spoke and it doesn't have like the open pockets here. And also I like the color of these. They're kind of like a gray, but also look black chrome at different angles, so it just sets it off nice. They're not just plain black, and they just, as you can see in the video, they're almost like a black chrome. They are gray though. They're like hyper something gray is what they're called, but they definitely look good once they're cleaned up. Another option standard on the SRT Durangos is the 6-piston caliper, the Brembo brakes. These brakes are what come standard on the Hellcats, and also some scat packs with the performance package or the dynamics package and the SRT models. These brakes on this thing are very good. They also come on the Trackhawks and the SRT Jeeps as well. Yeah, I'm very impressed with the brakes. They're slotted rotors with 6-piston Brembo brake calipers. Also for the SRT model, they added the 392 emblem on the side here, just like they do on Scat Packs and other 6.4 liter Chargers. That's a nice offset to the truck here. I like that it's red, being that I made the front emblem, the SRT emblem, red. I wish that the chrome around it was black. I think it'd set it off more. I might mess with that here the next couple weeks just to see if I can somehow make the emblem black and then make the center red, get rid of that chrome. What I like the most about the SRT and also the RT Durango models is the fender flares are painted to factory match, to the factory color, and also the rocker panels. Those are factory match, or color matched to the factory paint color. As you can see here, everything's white, being that it's a white truck. And then in the back, you do have a black diffuser still with those beautiful mammoth exhaust tips. So now that we're onto the back here, I wanted to point out that the rear bumper is different on the SRT models as well. As you can see, they're a little bit wider, and obviously the exhaust tips are bigger, and they go to a dual exhaust system on the SRT compared to the RT and the GT. However, the RT does have dual exhaust. They're just not as big as these ones. These ones here are huge. They're almost the size. I think they're actually bigger than the Hellcat exhaust which is crazy to me. And they're much nicer, like it's more of a chrome instead of like a polished. I really like the dual exhaust on this SRT Durango. As you can see here, I also plasti dipped the SRT emblem on the back that used to be chrome, and then I put the same reflective red vinyl overlay on top of it. I don't know if you can see in the video here, but that is reflective as well, just like the front emblem. But in order to get that black outline, you do have to plasti dip the emblem first before applying the vinyl overlays, which I will leave a link in the description below on where you guys can get these vinyl overlays for the SRT emblems. Some of you may be wondering why the center of the taillight is dark or tinted. That is because I installed Luxe Auto Concepts dark smoke vinyl, or tint, I guess you could say, tint overlays over the back taillights. Basically it's 4 pieces, one here, and then it's got the split here, one there, and then same here, one here and there. So 4 total pieces, and what it does is it gives it more of a stormtrooper look. It gets rid of the reflectors and the clear reverse lights, which are right here, and I'll show you in a video here soon, where when I put the brake light, I'll put the brake lights on and the turn signals and also the reverse lights, so you guys can see that it does, the lights do shine through. Being that they're LED tail lights, there's no problem shining through the dark smoke tint. So I'll show that here in a second. But yeah, I mean, those Luxe Auto Concepts tint overlays for tail lights, they definitely are a nice product, easy to install, and they just make the vehicle look so much better. I have them on my Charger Hellcat, I've got them on the Demon, and like I said, I'm a big fan of those taillight covers, and I'll drop a link in the description below on where you guys can get a set of those as well. What I did down here is there was this used to say Durango right here, and then the 4, which is the all-wheel drive Dodge logo, that used to be down here. I took the Durango off and put the 4 up a little bit so that it's level and even with the SRT emblem over here on the right side. In my opinion, I like the Durango SRT better than the Jeep SRT. I just feel like it's more sleek and just more clean looking, and obviously it's a bigger vehicle with a 3rd row seating, so you can fit more people in it. But I just think the front end's more aggressive, the hood's more aggressive, the stance is more aggressive. All around, I like this truck better. And some of you guys might be wondering what % tint we have on this Durango. The front windows are 20%, which is a factory match to the rear, because the rear windows do come tinted from the factory on the Durangos, and they are a 20% tint. So we just went ahead and tinted the fronts to match the rears, and then obviously nothing on the windshield on this one. But I think it would definitely look a lot meaner with a good 35% tint on the windshield. But man, look at that front end, how aggressive that is. I mean, it's just, what a sharp vehicle. What a sharp SUV. Another thing I wanted to point out in the front is that this truck does come equipped with parking sensors, front and rear, along with adaptive cruise control, which is, I don't know if you can see in the video, but it is this little ball looking thing in the front here, similar to the ones that are on Scat Packs and Chargers and Challengers, which that are not Hellcats, because on the Hellcats you can't get adaptive cruise control because you need that extra airflow in the front. But this truck does come with the adaptive cruise control and the parking, the park assist. So I'll get more into that once we get inside and review the interior of this 2018 Durango SRT. Pocket there. This truck does come equipped with Beats by Dre audio with a subwoofer in the back. We do have a set of WeatherTech floor mats. I don't know if you can see very well because it is kind of dark in here, but this truck, we put a set of WeatherTech floor mats. Obviously they're dirty because we do live in Michigan and it just snowed and it's 20 degrees out and the roads are nasty. This just pure Michigan weather here. what I like the most about the SRT Durango is that it comes with the Hellcat steering wheel. This is the same steering wheel that I have in my Hellcat, except for when you turn the parking lights on, instead of the SRT illuminating red like in the Hellcat, this one illuminates white. And honestly, I think that the white looks better than the red and is actually easier to see than the red. The red kind of distorts itself, where the white is very sharp. I love that about this truck. These seats are the same as in my Hellcat. They are the leather on the outside and then the suede or the Alcantara down the middle, and it does have SRT embroidered in the seat there. Very nice seats, and they have the big bolsters on them, and they are heated and cooled seats in this Durango. So moving on to the interior here, like I mentioned before, the SRT logo in the steering wheel does light up, and it lights up white versus the red that's in like the Demon and in the Hellcat. What I like about the SRT, actually any of the Durango models, I think it's all of them, I could be wrong, so correct me if I'm wrong, but the gauge cluster in these Durangos are very sharp. You've got your speedo over here on the left, and then you've got your big tachometer in the middle, and it is a digital tach, and this is also your infotainment center here, and you can, I'll go through all the different menus, but man, what a sharp dash this does have. And then you've got your temperature over here and your fuel gauge over on the right side. I do like the paddle shifters, which obviously they come standard with this steering wheel, but it gives this truck, being that it's a 5,500 pound SUV, which is a grocery getter, to have 500 horsepower, paddle shifters, Hellcat wheel, 6.4 liter Hemi engine. I mean, this thing is just, it's awesome. It is like the perfect daily driver in my opinion. Moving on over here, we do have the push to start, and it is a red start button, start-stop button, just like in the Hellcat and in the Demon. We do have the 8.4 inch Uconnect screen over here, all your climate control there. I like the blue luminescence lights all throughout the truck. I mean, everything's blue. The cup holder rings are blue, everything is blue. I do like that a lot. So you've got your standard radio here, you've got your media, your climate control, which it's off because the truck is off. You've got your different Uconnect apps. This truck does come standard with navigation. You've got performance pages and all that. I'll get into that here in a second. You have your controls, you've got heated and cooled seats, your heated steering wheel, your headrest fold. You can press that button and the headrest in the back fold down so that you can see better out the back window. That's a really cool feature that this truck does have. You can, when the truck's running, you can hit backup camera, and while you're sitting here or driving forward, you can see right out your backup camera. Let's see, navigation like I mentioned before, and then your phone for your Bluetooth. So that's that. Down here, just under the climate control, you have your parking sensors. You can turn those off if you don't want them to beep at you if you get close to something. I know sometimes they get annoying, so I turn mine off a lot of times in the truck. You do have lane assist with this, being that it does have adaptive cruise control, which is really nice if you if you're tired and you're driving down the highway or even on any road and you get close to the edge of the road, the truck literally corrects itself. It steers you in the right direction and corrects itself. So if you don't want that, you can turn that off. SRT pages here, this is just like in the Hellcat. I'll go through those here in a second. Launch control, yes, this all 500 horsepower all-wheel drive truck has launch control, and let me tell you, I will show you here in a little bit what that does. I mean, this thing literally launches so hard out of the hole. I think it would take up until about 60 to 80 miles an hour for my Hellcat to catch it. That's how hard this thing launches. And then obviously you got your traction control off button there. But yeah, I'll go over the SRT pages here in a second with you guys. Stay tuned. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and go through the SRT pages in this 2018 Durango SRT. So we're going to go ahead and press the SRT button down here, and that brings up the SRT pages. And what you get here is the truck is in auto right now, and I have it set for default to be in eco mode when in auto. That way when you're driving around town, it gets the best fuel mileage. It drops down into eco mode, and your paddle shifters are off in eco mode. Your stability control, your all-wheel drive, suspension, and steering are all in street mode, and this is the same interface that's in the Hellcat and also the Demon, which is really cool to implement this into a daily driven, grocery getting Dodge Durango. I mean, this is just crazy to me, but what a cool option this truck does have to be able to have SRT Performance Pages. This is great. Moving on to the track. This is track mode here. So what this does is it puts the paddle shifters on, the stability control, all-wheel drive, suspension, and steering all in track mode. And what that means is the transmission shifts really hard, just like the Hellcat does when you put it in track mode or a Scat Pack. The paddle shifters obviously allow you to, they allow you to use the paddle shifters. The stability control is in track mode, which gives it a little bit, stiffer suspension and just makes it more, better for racing. The all-wheel drive is in track mode as well. I believe what that does is it gives you more traction to the front wheels when you're launching the truck from a dead stop to get your best 0 to 60 time. Your suspension is also stiffer, like I mentioned, and then your steering wheel is also noticeably different and stiffer when you turn left and right while in track mode. Moving on to sport mode. What sport mode does is it makes things almost like track mode but not as aggressive. So basically everything I just said about track mode, but just not as aggressive. Custom, just like in the Hellcats and Scat Packs and Demon, you can basically customize the different parameters to your liking and then save it under custom, so that, let's say, you don't want to have all the same parameters as in track mode or in sport mode. You can make your own, like we have here. I put the transmission in track, I put the paddle shifters on, stability control in track, all-wheel drive track, and then suspension in street and steering in street. So the reason I did the street for suspension and steering is because I wanted the suspension to be as soft as possible so that the truck squats from a dig. When a truck or any vehicle squats from a dig, when you go to take off due to soft suspension, you're getting more traction to the wheels and therefore having a better 60-foot time. So that's why I have it in street, so that the suspension still rides soft when we're in track mode, or when the truck's performance is in track mode. The steering is also I chose street for steering because the steering is very, very stiff in track mode, and unless you're going around an actual road course in this truck, you really don't need the steering wheel to be that stiff. It is nicer and a lot easier to drive when it is in street because it's a lot harder and stiffer while in track mode. So that's the custom parameters I have set for this 2018 Durango SRT. Now here's a new mode that I have not seen in any SRT vehicle besides this SRT Durango. This is snow mode. When we are getting some snow tonight, so I will be trying this out. So what this does is it puts the transmission in snow. Look, it turns the color blue too. That's funny how the drivetrain turns blue and the transmission turns like an ice blue. I don't know if you guys can see that in the camera, but that's pretty cool. So this is all new to me. The paddle shifters are on, the stability control is in full effect, and all-wheel drive is 50-50. 50% in the front, 50% in the rear, and the suspension is obviously in street along with the steering. So I want to give this a try. I might even do a separate video on this truck in the snow, because I do live in northern Michigan and we do get, we get a lot of snow over the winter. So being that it's going into winter months, we're going to have a lot of snow to play around with, and I think that this SRT Durango would be a lot of fun in an open parking lot somewhere in a bunch of snow. What do you guys think? Comment below if you guys want to see some snow videos in this 2018 Durango SRT. I will be more than happy to make some videos for you guys. So let me know. Drop your comments below. Another option that this Durango has is tow mode. So in tow mode, what it does is it basically, it's like tow haul on a truck. It basically programs the transmission to make it easier on the engine and easier on the truck to take off and stop with a trailer hooked up. Now, this Durango does not have a trailer hitch. We did not order this truck with a trailer hitch, so we won't be using tow mode probably ever on this truck. But I just wanted to point that out, saying that, showing you guys that this truck does come with tow mode in the SRT pages, and as you can see here, those are the different parameters that it offers. Tow mode for transmission, paddle shifters on, stability control, full effect, all-wheel drive 50/50, suspension and sport, which what that does is it stiffens up the back a little bit and makes it so that the truck, if it had a trailer on the back of the truck, the back end like wouldn't squat. So I can see why they, you know, for tow mode, they want you to use sport. And then also your steering is going to be nice and smooth in street mode. So that's tow mode. I won't be able to review that with this truck because, like I said, we don't have a trailer hitch on this truck. This truck did not come with a trailer hitch. So that's that. Up here, just above your mirror here, you've got your map lights. You've got your, this truck does have a sunroof. So you've got your auto open and close with a vent. You've got your garage home link up here, and then also more map lights, and this here opens up the back hatch along with a sunglass holder there, which is standard. This is the same, literally the same piece that is in my Charger Hellcat. It's the same exact everything up there as my Charger Hellcat has. Moving on to down here, you have a 12-volt DC outlet for a radar or any sort of plug that if you want to charge your phone. You have 2 USB outlets and also a auxiliary cord outlet there. What they did for the SRT models, and I believe it's all 2017 and up Durango models, maybe even 16, they added this shifter, which is the same shifter that's in the Hellcat and in the Demon. I think there was a recall or something on the previous generation Durango and Jeep gear selectors. So this is really nice. It's very smooth, and you can kick it over into manual if you want to use like a slap shift like in the Hellcat or Scat Pack or Demon. It does have the SRT embroidered rear seats. These are reclinable seats, as you can see here. They do recline pretty far actually, and they also have armrests, so your back seat or your passengers in the back seat can definitely sit and ride in comfort in this 2018 Durango SRT. Down here you do have 2 USB ports. You've got heated seats in the rear, not cooled, but they are heated, and you also get a 12-volt wall plug in the back too. I don't know if you can see it. It might be hard to see because it is dark in here, but I'll try to get a light for you guys and show you. So there you go. You got your 2 USBs, your heated seats here on both sides, and then obviously your actually it's 115 volt 150 watt wall plug, as you guys can see there. So you guys can plug in any sort of 3-prong plug and you'll be all set and rolling in comfort. As you can see here, there is rear climate control for the people sitting in the back seat. This makes it nice if they want to have their own climate control back here instead of asking the driver or passenger to either turn it up or down, or you know what I mean. So it definitely makes it nice to have your own rear climate control. Another thing I want to mention now that the lights are on is the racetrack LED tail light that comes standard on these new Durangos is the same look as the Charger, and I really like that. That's one of my favorite features on my Charger Hellcat is that racetrack LED tail light. I mean, that's just the running light, guys. I mean, it's very bright and it looks very sharp, especially going down the road. So moving on to the back now, we're going to take our SRT key and we are going to press the trunk button 2 times. And it is going to open up. So as you guys can see back here, we do have the 3rd row seats down because it gives us more room for, I have a dog and we put his dog crate in here. It gives us more room for him. But these 2 seats are down right now. I mean, look at the size of this storage back here. I mean, you could fit a lot of stuff back here. And even if you folded the 2 seats, the mid seats down, I mean, this is basically like a truck. You could fit a lot of stuff in this truck. I mean, it's a very big, spacious SUV, that's for sure. And it's funny how it's just a mid-size SUV. It's not like a Tahoe or an Expedition or a Suburban or a Yukon. I mean, it's literally a mid-size SUV with 500 horsepower, not to mention. And I mean, you can fit so much back here. Underneath this here, this is just a mat we put down for the dog, but underneath this here is more storage. What do you know? So you got more storage there, you've got more storage on the side here, You can also open up the rear hatch by pressing the button in the handle there, and there she opens. So that completes the interior on this 2018 Dodge Durango SRT. We're going to go over here, hit this button, and that is going to close the rear hatch. So underneath the hood of this 2018 Dodge Durango SRT, we have this massive 392 cubic inch 6.4 liter Hemi engine. And this is the same engine they use in the Jeep SRT, the Scat Packs, the SRT Chargers and Challengers, and you can actually get this engine in a 2500 HD Ram, which this engine is just a great engine. I had it in my Scat Pack and it was flawless. It's very strong, lots of horsepower, lots of torque, and it also has the, you know, DOD, where when you're driving down the road to save fuel mileage, it drops down into 4-cylinder mode and gets you the best fuel economy. So that obviously is in eco mode only, but man, this engine here, for them to put this in this SUV, that's probably one of the best things Dodge could have done. So the 6.4 liter Hemi that's in this 2018 Dodge Durango SRT puts out 475 horsepower and 470 foot-pounds of torque, or pound-feet of torque rather. I mean, that's just astonishing power out of this heavy truck, this perfect daily driver. I mean, it's all-wheel drive, it's got the third row seating, it fits 6 people, and in eco mode you're still getting nearly 20 miles to the gallon. I mean, this thing's great. What do you guys think? Put your comments in this comment section below. Let me know what you guys think of this SRT Durango. I mean, in my opinion, I feel like I like this truck better than a Jeep SRT. Now, I know it's not a Trackhawk, but I do like the looks of this. I like the looks of the Durango better than I do the Jeep. It's more sleek, it's got a meaner front end on it. It still has that wide SRT stance, but I mean, I feel like Dodge should put the Trackhawk engine in this Durango, and I think that it would outsell the Jeep any day. What do you guys think? Comment below. I mean, that 6.2 liter supercharged Hemi engine that's in the Hellcat, I mean, imagine that in this Durango. That thing would be a monster. It already is a monster in the Jeep, but imagine that in the Durango. I mean, man, that would just be awesome. What do you guys think? Comment below. Let me know your thoughts. So we're gonna go ahead and start this bad boy up for you guys and let you hear what 500 horsepower sounds like in this Durango. Pretty quiet at idle, but once you get on the gas, this thing's loud. Now that the truck's running, I wanted to point out the headlights in the front. As you can see, the headlights they do have an LED strip underneath the headlights, and they are low and high beam HID projector lights that actually turn with the vehicle. If you turn left, the headlights turn left. If you turn right, the headlights turn right. You guys get the point. Down here, you've got a dual LED fog light, and it just makes for a very mean looking front end coming down the road at you. And I must say, the headlights and fog lights on this Durango SRT are very, very bright. So that completes today's video, guys. If you liked the video, hit that thumbs up button. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and smash that subscribe button, and I look forward to seeing you guys next video. Peace.